Well, welcome everybody to another session of Hot Seat, and we've got a guy that I've actually only met, Gary, a little while ago, but he's so impressed me about his whole passion for life and what he's all about, that I just said, oh, well, you just got to come on Hot Seat and really tell me about that passion. So, Gary, come on in, come and jump into the hot seat, and let's get this party started, eh? Welcome.
Thank you, Mikel. Pleasure to be here, mate. I am very, very pleased to be here. This is the second most fun thing I've done in the last 24 hours. There you go.
Mate, and could I just say to the people out there, dedication, and I think this is probably what come out of you. Dedication is one thing, but tell us why you were saying about the second most fabulous thing you're doing today.
Because this morning at 12:35 a.m., I welcomed my third child into the world. And
pretty cool.
He's a ripper too. He's 4.13 kilos, and he came 9 days early. So kudos to my wife, Cara. She did an amazing job, and it was a long day. But it was
long day. Mate, well, yeah, I've got 4 children, and my wife's a midwife. So, so what's really interesting about this whole thing, mate, is you actually turned up. Like
I made the commitment.
Mate, integrity plus, mate, and that's why you're on the show. So I guess, Gaz, I want us to start off, like you own a business called Recalibrate. So I just want to ask firstly, you're a very unique guy to actually have a baby in the morning and be on a podcast straight away. But what makes you unique? Tell us your story.
Well, I got to say, this is my only commitment I'm sticking to today. This is the only one I didn't backtrack on or reschedule. So I wanted to make sure I got it done. Listen, Recalibrate bears from a few different things. One, it's about understanding that everything in this world is a relationship right down to the cellular level. And there's no reason that a professional service still can't deal person to person, whether it's business to business, business to consumer. It's always person to person. So there's always that first aspect. The second thing is that often when people go through adversity, and for me, one situation was when I had back pain when I was 20 and no one could resolve it, is that people don't look for solutions. There's not enough services out there that look for solutions. If it's in the too hard box, they don't tackle it, and that leaves a lot of people hanging, right? And then the third thing is about understanding that how you do one thing, whether it's obvious or not, is how you do everything. And Recalibrate is about having an intelligent strategy to overcome those obstacles. So we deal with business leaders and we deal with holistic, customized, adaptable fitness solutions for business leaders, because those are the people that help drive our country, help drive communities. And often they're the people that don't have those three things. They don't have people looking out for them in that aspect. And that's really important to acknowledge.
Mate, how good is that? I'm listening. I'm so intent listening, man. I'm not thinking about what the next question is. But can I just say, where were you all my life? Like in my business life, we hear so many business coaches say, "Hey, you got to get your health right. You got to do this." But then they say, "But now go and get your marketing done. Go and get this done." And so they talk about recalibration of your physicality and your mental health, but not a lot of these gurus actually do anything about it, and that is just wow. And I think what made it really special is when you first reached out to me on Facebook, right? And you sent me a message. And can I just say, folks, Gaz, he lives what he's just said. Like, this is how you approached me and you said, "Hey, Kel, how you going?" And you wanted to build a relationship rather than build a business side of it. It was a conversation about who am I? What am I about? So tell me, that really resonated with me, like big time. So often we see Facebook messages or emails come out and it just goes straight to sell, and you just wanted the relationship. Mate, tip my hat to you. Pretty cool. So in that, so what's the process that how you help people to go through this fitness, particularly in this lockdown sort of space?
Look, it's always a process and evolution, because we wouldn't be recalibrated if we weren't recalibrating ourselves. So I've got to say that's always in flux, and we're always looking to do better because we know we can. But the lockdown situation is not too dissimilar to what we do in person in terms of we run a free, no obligation, what I call a Smart Start consult, where we get to know you as a person. And the reason why, I bear the cost of it and I run it for an hour and I dig deep on all the things that are kind of where you are, where you've come from and where you want to go, and all the things that may help you or get in your way, is because I need to know about you as a person. And often this is the cool thing about what we do, because we are movement professionals, is that we can pretty much guarantee in that first session that we will get a movement improvement that you can feel in that first session. Some might think it's wizardry, some might think it's voodoo, some might think it's just me messing with your mind. But at the end of the day, we do a split test, you do a movement, we do an intervention, you repeat that movement and you feel an improvement. And that helps set you on the path to going, you know what? I've got the power to kind of influence how my body works. And if I can do that, I can influence how my mind works and how every other aspect of myself works. And all we want to do is we want to be your guide. We want to help coach you. We want to help move you through those difficult times to help you get to your progress faster and keep you on track. Because let's face it, Cal, everybody needs mentors, right? Everybody needs a village around them. And in our position, we can be a key elder or key advisor or key chief, whatever you like, a trusted advisor in business leaders' personal performance sphere.
Yeah, well, that is great. I think that what you just said there is about the personal advisor. It's personal, all right? And I know when I wrote one of my first books, I talked about having people in your cheer squad. People that are there just to cheer you on, and that's what you're saying. You want people in your cheer squad, not to stand on a stage and say, do this, do this, do this. It's about getting down, getting nitty gritty, and getting your hands dirty. All right.
Yeah, get your peers alongside you, get people who will stand beside you and stand behind you to help drive your performance forward. Right. And that's what we really want to do, because you talk about from a creative sense or from a sales sense or a management sense, you can't perform your best when your system is always in top gear, when you're always stressed out, when you're always on the go. The fastest way around a racetrack, Kel, is not in fifth gear with your foot planted to the floor. You need to learn how to work the gears. You need to learn how to turn the corners. You need to learn how to strategize. And yet people don't do that for their health and fitness, because there's all these cookie cutter, solutions out there that go, you're 50 years old. Why wouldn't I train you like a 20-year-old? It's crazy.
Yeah. Look, I get it, mate. I went through a health journey. Oh, mate, I've been there. 56 kilos in 12 months I lost, and lockdown again. So you're recalibrate. That's what I'm listening for here, mate, because I went through that whole transformation. I lost it, but lockdown.
Yeah,
created a couple of hurdles. So tell me a little bit more about some of the people you've been working with in lockdown. What are some of the the common things or barriers that people are finding at the moment? What's some of the mental barriers there that we need to overcome that might help some of the listeners now?
In terms of the typical barriers we usually see, it's usually like the I'm too old argument, right? And then you're never too old, but you just need a different approach. And often you can improve your performance just by having a different approach. But in lockdown specifically, it's like we're all in a pressure cooker. We're not in the same boat, right? But we're all in the same storm. And we're all kind of rolling through it in our own way. Now, people have their normal business pressures. Some businesses are doing very well, and there's the extra pressure of that added workload. Some businesses are really struggling, and there's the pressure of how am I going to get through this? You've got your normal family responsibilities, your personal responsibilities. You've got this constant rah-rah happening around you. So all of this adds up to additional mental pressure. And, mental health, mental fitness, and physical fitness go hand in hand. And we are very passionate about making people understand that being a leader doesn't mean you need to be stoic. It doesn't mean that you never talk about what's weighing you down and what's going in your life and what's affecting you. It's actually the opposite. You need to be open enough to show people that you have emotions, that you're struggling with certain things, that you're excelling at certain things, and that you make mistakes and that you own your mistakes, right? And all of this factors into you coping with this additional pressure much more effectively.
Mate, I love it. Yeah, as you were saying that about how different leaders act and react, I remember John Maxwell, he talks about his 5 levels of leadership. Great book. And so often we take that baseline, which is, it's like level down here, and we take that positional, we are the leader, so therefore we've got to put a facade on to say that nothing's wrong with me. But internally, we're tearing ourselves apart.
Yeah. And if you want to go from good to great, that's what you have to do, right? Jim Collins, you have to go to good to great. That's what you have to do. And it's often what holds people back. See, I've been working since I was in grade 7, so I've always known how to work harder and longer than everybody else I've met. But working smarter, that took me a lot longer to master, right? And if you work smarter, you get more leverage with your hard work, as opposed to just grinding yourself into the ground.
I love it, mate. Resonating away. So, what sort of kind of results are you getting with Recalibrate? So, tell us about those.
So, some of the results we've gotten, we had a business director come to us 2 years ago, flying all around the country, specialists in every state, and they came to us and they were looking for the best. And everyone would say, "I'm the best. I'm the best." My question was, "Tell me more about you." Because I'm good, I'm great even, but if I'm not the right trainer for you, then I'm not the best for you, right? Anyway, so we took this particular business director, we helped her stand up straight for the first time in years. We helped her go from wanting to do a 5K run to doing half marathon obstacle course races. We taught her how to climb a rope. She entered into and reignited her love of sailing. And here's the cool thing. As a data-driven person, a year after she started, she submitted all the stats of everything in her life that had improved because of her work with us, her diligent, consistent, and compounding work with us. Everything was affected, Cal. Her health, her pain level went down, her stress levels went down, her ability to handle work load went up, her ability to charge out and have confidence in that charge out rate went up. Her whole enjoyment of life went up, and she continues to work with us to this day. And every year she continues to drive forward. Now, when she came to us, she was 56 and she lost a lot of weight a couple of years prior, but she'd done so in a way that had just broken her body. Everything was hurting, her back, her shoulders, her knees. Now she does all this and she gets less pain and better performance. Why wouldn't you want that? Like, why wouldn't you want to have more effectiveness, more ease, and get what you want more? And it's just as simple as doing the work that we ask you to do and communicating with us openly. There's that peer-to-peer relationship, right? It's like, I need to speak to you. I need you to come to me and tell me what's going on, what's working, what's not working, in order to get the best performance. And that's how every coaching relationship works, or should work.
Yeah, so emphasize the should. And so I'm going to ask you an extra question here.
Okay, bonus.
This is the bonus question.
Bonus question.
What I'm seeing out of you, and I hope people are seeing it out there, is the passion's coming out. And when this lady has been going through the program, how did that make you feel?
Oh, it's the best feeling in the world, man. It's, well, actually, second best feeling in the world.
Yeah,
it's right up there. It's right up there. But it's not quite. But it's a great feeling. Look, I've been in business in the fitness industry for 16 years plus. And it's not the easiest industry. I didn't come into it with a business mindset. I came in with it, looking back, full of ego and youth and vigor and not much common sense. And I had to learn all of this over time. And, but what kept me going year after year through everything, isolating myself, driving a business forward, getting up early when other people were sleeping in, working late, like taking on all the different stress and learning how to do all this myself, and then learning how to work with the village, was the fact that the work that I do helps people in a way that not many other people get help. And that's why I continue to do it, and that's why I continue to evolve it. And it's a huge part of my life. It's a huge part of who I am, right? Because it allows me to do the work that I feel lets me do good in the world, right? In a professional way, in a way that continues to evolve. It's my way of giving to the world more and helping people in a way that they get a good return on their investment, a great return on their investment. And that's what I want.
Mate, Gary, it has been an absolute frigging pleasure to have you here on Hot Seat.
It's flown by, mate.
Mate, the dedication to come along, I'm going to say to you, mate, thank you so much. I look forward to actually having you back sometime in the future. But you go and have a look at your family, cuddle that new baby. And
we're going to take the kids to the park. Kids to the park, and we're going to cuddle up to that new bubba.
That's great. Awesome stuff. So thank you very much for coming along, folks. It has been great to have here Gary Wagner to really share his passion and his excitement. So as we just go out now, mate, have a good one. Look forward to seeing you all next week on Hot Seat.
See you. Thanks for watching.